Monday. Hey guys, good to see you. Good to see you. I hope and pray that you had an amazing Thanksgiving. Thank you so much for coming in. So, listen, I am over here on Periscope and on my YouTube channel. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So, listen, guys, I am on this quest to helping 1,000 leaders be fully funded. All right. I am on this quest and journey to helping 1,000 nonprofit leaders fully fund their nonprofits. Okay. I want that to sink in. Fully funded, fully funded. I want to help 1,000 nonprofits be fully funded in 2019. Now, there are 1.8 million nonprofits, right? 1.8 million nonprofits in the United States. I just want to help 1,000. That's all I can handle right now. But 1,000. And what does that mean? My goal, my intent is that 1,000 leaders would understand the steps, the strategies, and the processes of being fully funded. All right? The steps, the processes of being fully funded. What does that mean? That means I want to help 1,000 leaders get the resources that you need so that you're able to implement your program and that you then are able to operate, right? Without money having to come out of your pocket. I know that many of you right now are struggling because funds are coming out of your personal finances. And as a result, you are not able to leverage into your community to get those oncoming dollars into your organizations, right? So that is where I am really focused on my goal of helping 1,000 leaders to become fully funded. What does that look like for you? I want to keep this very simple, all right? I want to keep this very, very simple. What that means is that you all are going to have the steps and the processes of generating income. Now, I know that we want grants. Grants is one way of generating income. However, and add to, let me just say, add to. In addition to grants, we also have events. Now, many of us are needing just a little tweak so that you are able to be more successful in your events, right? So when you think about your nonprofit and you think about the need that your nonprofit is filling, this is where we begin step one. All right? This is where we begin step one. Step one is really getting to the core of the need that your organization and program is addressing. That is how you get a grant. A grant says, give me the core. Give me the need. Share with me how, at the core, your organization is the solution. That's what a grant is, okay? And so I'm going to help you understand, how do I take that same core and create asks to donors? Would you guys like to know how to do that? Listen, the same steps that we put together to get to the core of why your organization is important in a grant is the same core that we're going to be able to discuss and to share with your donors and your partners. All right? Guys, I am Jennifer Yarbrough. I am your nonprofit expert. Thank you for the hearts. I see you over here on Periscope. I help nonprofit leaders start, grow, and sustain their businesses. I've been doing this for over 30 years. Many of you who have been following me for a long time, you guys have heard the saying 30, 30, only 30 years, right? I am a grant writer. I am a professional fundraiser. I have worked in the nonprofit, so I know exactly where you guys are sitting. I have worked for organizations, and so I want to take my work and give it to you. I want to show you how the organizations that I've worked with as the fundraiser, raising as much as $12 million in 1 year, okay? Money is not our problem. I know you guys are looking at me like, what are you talking about, Jim? Of course, money's my problem. I don't have any money, right? I want to show you how, the how to, right? The simple steps. I wish somebody would hashtag simple, because I know that many of you guys are like, Jen, I'm so overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed with program. I'm overrun with trying to run my board. I'm overwhelmed with trying to get my board to help me to fundraise. I'm overwhelmed by doing everything myself. I'm overrun, Jen. I'm having to pay for everything out of my own pocket. Thank you for the simple. I am tired, Jen. How can it be that simple? All right. We're going to start with this, the intent. Let's start with just the intent. In my classes and in my trainings, we set our plan and our strategies around the intent. Let me just hear me out. What is the intent of your nonprofit? The intent of your nonprofit is not to deliver activity. Hear me now, all right? Activity is not impact. Activity is not impact. Activity is not impact, all right? And so we are setting our intention, and this is what your board needs to know. Your board needs to understand the intention. What is the intention? We intend to eradicate homelessness, or we intend to that's your vision, right? We intend to provide shelters and security for those women who are battered and abused. We intend. Now, when you are talking about your intention, you have set your intention based upon the needs of your community. Are y'all listening to me? You are setting your intention based upon the needs in your community. Your organization is an organization that is set in place, all right, to fill a gap, to set in place something that's going to fill a gap within your community. So now, how do we describe that in a grant application? Thank you. How do we describe that in a grant application? In the grant application, it says, what's the problem, right? And what is your intended solution? So I want to help leaders understand the intention and then the description of how that intention is going to happen. That's your grant application. That's your grant application, right? So Jen, when you're saying to me, Jen, I don't have any money. My biggest problem is that I don't have any money. Then we focus on how to engage your community, how to engage funders, how to engage partners, how to engage collaborators around how their support of you, right, as a community-based organization is going to help you achieve your intention. Your intention is to meet a need in your community. Your intention is to bring the solution to your community. You see how that ties together? So in 2019, I have said, I want to help 1,000 leaders get fully funded. That's my intention. How am I going to do that? I want you guys to follow this with your organization, all right? With your organization. The intention is that you are going to set out your strategy, okay? You're going to set out your strategy. What does the strategy begin with, Jen? The strategy begins with what is the greatest need within your organization? What is the greatest need within your community? All right? When we're putting together our ask, even when we're doing our events, and you're saying to those people who are coming to your events, listen, come to our events and help us raise money to do, right? To do. We're going to take that same concept. This is how it's done, guys, in the big organizations. This is how it's done for those organizations that have ongoing streams of income. They understand as the leader, what is the intent for the year? The intent for the year is not to raise money. That's not the intent. The intent is to be able to solve a problem. The money, the resources, the partnerships, the collaborations for us to be able to deliver this impactful program is just a tool that enables us to do that. right? So your intention is to eradicate homelessness. Your intention is to help young people improve their lives. Your intention is to move people from a place of instability to stability. And now you are looking for those people in your community, right? Donors, partners, collaborators, funders, right? Grants, those people to walk alongside of you so that they then can help you fulfill that intention. Why? Because you're communicating the need, you're communicating the impact, you're communicating what they don't yet know about the problem. Am I being clear? Am I being clear? Guys, listen, a part of your need to raise money and to be fully funded is so that you're able to implement and execute impactful programs, right? So that you're able to deliver the programs, that you're able to execute them well, that you're able to evaluate them. With that, you then can go get more money, right? With that, with the ability to articulate impact, with the ability to share how your organization is filling a gap, to be able to share with your donors their return on the investment. What is the return on their investment? The return on their investment is that you are able, through your programs, able to reduce, able to increase, able to show the change and the shift that meets your intention. Okay? That meets your intention. So when you are putting together your plan, putting together your strategy, putting together your budget, how about your budget is only there to help you meet the intention? What is a nonprofit, Jen? What is a nonprofit? A nonprofit is an organization that is established to meet a need within the community. That's what a nonprofit is. A nonprofit is an organization that is set and established to meet a real need in the community. When you put together your vision, right, you are saying, this is our intention. This is the intention of our nonprofit. Now, what I need to help you guys with is so that you are able to articulate that intention and how, with the support, with the collaboration, with the partnership, with the resources from your community, not the people that are in your program, because the people who are in your program are not able to support your program, right? So that means our community-based organization must rely on the community, right? Those businesses, those partners, those individuals, those that would support our community, our events, those that are funders, those that have resources that would help us do what? Achieve our intent. How then do we become fully funded? We become fully funded when we are able to articulate impact. What is impact? Impact means the result of our program helping us achieve our intention. Is that clear? Guys, 98% of your donors, 98% of your funders give because of impact. Thank you for the hearts. They give because of impact. All right? Those of you who are on Periscope, this is being recorded over here on my YouTube channel, and I'm recording everything over in my YouTube channel because I want you guys to be able to go back, thank you, and to look at those things again and again and again. All right? Please know that when you set your intention to be fully funded, when you set your intention to be fully funded, you then are setting your intention to show those that are supporting your organization how your organization is meeting a need. Now, I want you to think about this. I want you to think about it. This is very simple. This is very, very simple. Okay? This is very simple. You as the leader, you as the executive director, you as the one who started your nonprofit, okay? And you started because you started your nonprofit because You knew that there was a problem or there was a need in your community, right? You saw that there was too much homelessness. You saw that there were battered women who didn't have a place to go. You saw that men and women who were coming out of prison did not have a place for them to transition to. You saw a need for veterans to have services to assist them once they've come out of serving our country well. Wherever your need is, wherever you believe that there was a need, be it for mentoring, be it for supportive services for young people, for the elderly, for women, for men, whatever, okay? You now have an opportunity. We don't seek money. Money's a tool. But how do we get the money? We get the money by sharing our intentions being met. That's it. Who do you ask? Who do you ask for money? You don't ask for money. You share the need. You share how your organization is the solution. And then you invite them to support your role as the problem solver. You are giving to those donors, to those partners, the solution. 98% of donors give because of impact. So how do we ask? We ask people, are you aware that this is a problem? Are you aware that we're the solution? Are you aware of how you can support the work that we do? Now, for many of you, you may be saying, well, Jen, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to say it. I don't know what to say if they say this. This is what I teach my leaders. All right. I teach my leaders how to initiate the conversation around impact. I know that many of you are very uncomfortable asking for money. Jen, I feel a certain kind of way asking for money. I feel like I'm begging. I'm feeling like I'm afraid that they will tell me no. I'm feeling like, Jen, that, I've been doing this on my own so long that I'm just not sure if anybody will believe it. And I'm already sensitive, right? The people that I thought were going to help me aren't helping me anymore. The people that I thought was going to be on my board, they're not on my board anymore. And so you're already feeling a certain kind of way. I want you to know that those people that you've spoken to are not the right people. Guys, I've raised as much as $12 million a year from January to December. What does that mean? That means the next January, I had to do the thing all over again. It didn't end there. That your annual budget, your annual intention keeps going. How about that? Oh my gosh. That your annual intention, your intention continues. That from January to December, that's a year. That's your annual. But how about in January? It starts all over again. So for the nonprofit, in order, the 1.8 million, there are 1.8 million nonprofits that are funded. How did they get funded, Jen? How did they get funded? How are they able to pay for salaries? How are they able to get a building? How are they able to get the equipment and the supplies that they need? How are they able to do that? They were able to show their funders that they were able to meet the intention. What is your intention, right? Now let us set the plan, the strategy. Let us build the ask for people to look at our intention, to believe in our capacity to achieve that. That's very simple. Is that simple? Listen, this is not stressful. You guys can actually have fun in this. I've been doing this for 32 years and I ain't tired yet. How about that? You don't have to feel the stress. Now listen, it's work. Can I say that? It's work. Anything is work. Anything that you do is work. Anything that you do. Cleaning your house, cleaning your toilet, cleaning your shower. You want to clean. My intention is to have a clean shower. That means I got to clean it, right? So I don't want you to think that this is without some type of work. All right. You want a brand new car. That means I got to work to pay the note. Okay. So this does not come without you doing something. What are you doing? You're sharing your intention. When you completed your paperwork, or if you're desiring or looking to complete your paperwork, it says, what is it that you intend to do? What is your mission? Who are the people that are going to help you do that, right? It asks for 3 people. Who are those people that are going to help you do that? Then it says, um, how much money do you need to operate? And how will you raise the money? All that's in your paperwork. When you complete your 501c3, all of that is in your paperwork, right? I want you guys to now put the action behind the intention. I want you to put the action behind the intention. All right, what is the action? The action is, how many new donors do I need? Let's go get them. How do we get them? That's what I show you guys how to do. All right, Jen, we need grants. How many grants do we need? Because some grants are designated. Some grants only apply for, they pay for capital, or they may pay for program, but they may not pay for salary. So then that means I've got to get a grant that's going to pay for this. I've got to get a grant that's going to pay for that. I've got to get some donors that are going to do this. I've got to be able to plan my programs and my events to cover these other expenses. All of the expenses that are raised are to do what? Help your intention of impact. How do we get fully funded? Very simply, we're able to set our intention of impact, not program, not activity. We're able to share that our program and our activity is strategically designed for impact. Not activity, okay? Not activity. I intend to help 1,000 nonprofit leaders be fully funded in 2019. How am I going to do that? I am going to show leaders, along with their boards, how to articulate their impactful intention. We're going to build out a plan and a strategy so that day by day, you know exactly what to do and how to set your intention for the day. Many of you are focused on program. And you're very passionate about why your program is needed. But how about we also set the intention to articulate to your donors, to your partners, to your supporters, educating them, inspiring them. Before they give, we've got to inform them that there is a need. Before they give, they've got to recognize the need. You are aware of the need because you're down in the trenches. But those of your business leaders, those of your influencers, they may have a peripheral view of the need, but you now want to share with them how your organization fills that need, meets that need. And with their support, you will be able to change, improve, decrease, increase over a period of time. That is fundraising. What is fundraising, Jen? Fundraising is bringing to the attention of donors, of partners, of collaborators, the use of their funds, helping you achieve your intention. Guys, it's not about the money. It's about the intention. All right? It's not about the money. If I can get you all to know that being fully funded is within your reach, it's absolutely doable. It's achievable. And you can have ongoing resources every single day. That's not the problem. What are you talking about, Jen? Of course that's the problem. I don't have money coming in every day. That's the problem. No, the problem is that we want to focus on the need and your organization as the solution. Hey, Fighter Girl, thank you for inviting your followers. All right. So in 2019, guys, I have been working at this now all year. I've been doing this now all year in 2018, kind of behind the scenes. And now I am ready to launch it in 2019. I have been working with organizations who are here in the United States as well as in Africa. And they have money coming in. Hey, they have money coming in each and every week, some every day. How? Because we're putting them, the leader and the board, in position to articulate intention and impact. Okay? I want you to ask yourself, if you do nothing else, between now and the end of the year, all right, if you do nothing else but focus on fundraising, how much money do you need to raise between now and December 31st? Now, why is this important in terms of your intention? Because whatever your answer is, then that is what you're going to have to be able to duplicate in January. Whatever your intention is between now and the end of December to generate the revenue that you need to operate and to implement your program, that intention, followed by the right strategy, must then be duplicated going into January. If your intention is to raise what, $10,000? $10,000? Right? That's not even $1,000 a day. But what do I have to do? I've got to have the people. I've got to have the knowledge of what the people see and know and understand about our organization. Guys, this is why it is so important that you are clear, not about just your program, but how your impact, the intention that your organization was created for. You were created for an intention. I'm going to increase this. I'm going to decrease that. I'm going to solve this problem. We're going to eradicate this situation. Who now are you sharing that intention with and inviting them to be a part of the solution? It's not about money. The keys to being fully funded is to set a clear intention. That's your vision. And then to have the path, the strategy, the plan, and the people, the conversation, and the ability to articulate that to those who would support it. Right? That's simple. That's simple. Okay? Are there any questions about that? At the core of your intention, what is your checklist? At the core of your intention of your nonprofit, of the vision of your nonprofit, what is the checklist? Is your checklist only raising money? If that's it, you say, Jen, I need right now, at the top of my checklist is I need to raise money. Then behind and under that checklist is, who do I need to speak to? What do I need to say to them? How do I engage them around the solution that we are? Not our activity, our impact. 98% of donors give because of impact. Guys, this is achievable. This is doable. I've been doing this for over 30 years. I'm a professional fundraiser, and I want to make this as simple as possible for you. All right? Because many of you are saying to me, Jen, I've never worked in a nonprofit. I've never raised money, right? So it can be, I want to make it as simple and achievable as possible. Many of you are saying, Jen, I need to raise $50,000. I need to raise $60,000. I'm helping an organization. We met 2 weeks ago. We're setting a goal for close to $400,000 so that she can continue to run and expand her organization or her program, that she's able to hire salaries, right? That she's able to pay for salary, hire people, pay salaries month after month after month. We got to have that intention that if our intention is to hire somebody, then our intention has to be able to pay them every single month, right? So in addition to, Jen, I need money, I need to raise money, then let's set the intention. How much do we need to raise? Exactly how much do we need to raise? Then let's set the intention and the actions to do that. Let's do it. I'm going to work with 1,000 in 2019. I am set and determined to help 1,000 leaders be fully funded. All right? Who do we share you share your vision with your community. Guys, You are a community-based organization. Thank you for the hearts. You are a community-based organization. What does that mean? That means you have set yourself up as an expert in this need. You now are sharing with your community. Who's your community? Your community is partners, collaborators, funders. Your community are your donors, right? Your businesses. Who would you exclude from that? Who would you exclude from learning how your organization is meeting a need? Thank you so much for the hearts. I see you. I see you. Thank you so much. Right? Guys, the concept of being fully funded is so easy. And I'm not saying it that it doesn't come without work, right? But it comes with the ease of knowing that what you do works. Your program is impactful. Your program is making a difference. Your program is touching lives. Your program is effective. Your program is invaluable. You can't even put a price tag on a life being changed. You can't put a price tag on hope being restored. You cannot put a price tag on that. However, you can set a budget around how you do it. Right? You can set a budget around that. And that's all we're going to do. We're going to set a budget. You're going to set a budget. What you do is important, but what we've got to do is to help you articulate the impact of what you do. Not the activity, the impact of what you do in a clear message. In a clear message to your donors, to your partners, to your collaborators, to your funders. That's all it is. How do you raise money? You raise money by taking the value of what you do, not what you do. The value of what you do, not what you do. The impact of what you do, not the activity of what you do. The impact of what you do, not the activity of what you do. Because 98% of your donors give because of impact, not activity. So now you take your evidence, you take your knowledge of the problem, and you present your organization as a, that's what a grant is. A grant says, what's the need? What's your description? What are your activities that you are doing? Oh, and what's the outcome? They fund for the outcome. They don't fund for the activities. They fund for the outcome. So now how do I take that same program and articulate that outcome to my donors, to my funders, to my sponsors, to my partners? Do you guys see how that's very simple? Can I show y'all how to do this? Please, can I show y'all how to do this? I can show you better than I can tell you, right? This little box right here only lets me go in so far. But guys, it can happen. It can happen. Over my 30 years, every organization that I've ever worked with had funding to deliver program, had funding to pay salaries, had funding to implement and execute, right? To operate. How does that happen? How does that happen, Jen? Where does the money come from? It comes from people who believe in your intention, who believe in your capacity to fulfill that intention, who believes in you as the leader to educate, to inspire, to inform, to engage. They then are supporting what? More impact. That's it. They're supporting what? More impact. They believe that your organization is there to meet a solution. You, young lady, are a wealth of knowledge and a great refresher. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Guys, in 2019, I am set and determined on helping other organizations. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. To really understand how simple this is, I believe that many of you are working way too hard trying to figure this thing out. Can I just show you what to do? Can I just show you? Can I lay it all out? Can we say today? You know, the Bible says, take no thought for tomorrow. The Bible says, take no thought for tomorrow, right? That's what the Bible says. Now, he knows what we have need of. What do we need? Jen, I need $400,000 by the end of the year, right? I need $400,000, Jen, by the end of the year. Whew, that sounds like a big old number. All right, that sounds like a big old number. How about we break that down by month and then we break it down by day? All right. How about we then break it down by day? Okay. Yes, you understand. Okay. So then my question to you is, if you do nothing else, what must you do today to not only deliver a program, but to generate the resources that are going to help you implement and execute that program? The same thing that you did today, we're going to do tomorrow. That's it. The same thing you did tomorrow, we're going to do the next day. That's how we fundraise. We fundraise one day at a time. We don't fundraise for the whole year in one day. No, to fundraise, we fundraise each and every day. How do we do that, Jen? Who are we articulating impact to? That's it. Y'all, this is simple. This is simple. I am a professional fundraiser and I want to help you all do this thing. I want 1,000 leaders to say, Jen, this is my budget, and I want you to take the same strategy to help your board help you. If you don't have what it takes to do it every day, then let's get it. Once you get what? The articulation of impact, understanding how to listen to the donor, what's valuable to them. We do that for a grant application. For a grant application, we do the exact same thing. Nothing is different. We do the exact same thing for a grant application. The grant application says, this is the criteria of the funder. This is what we're interested in funding. Right? This is our area of interest. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is our area of interest. The same thing happens with a grant application. And the grant application says, these are the parameters by which we are interested in funding. Right? You do the same thing. You now say to a donor, what is your interest in this solution? What do you know about this problem? What about this problem are you interested in? And now you present to them the impact, the outcome that is of interest to them. All right. Let me give you guys this quick example, then I'm going to let you go. You guys know that I was the vice president of the Los Angeles mission, right? And I've shared this story about how we did an event where we had a volunteer we had a feeding for the community down on Skid Row, and we invited all of these volunteers. After these volunteers had served, we gave them a tour, right? We gave them a tour. A part of fundraising is engagement, not just with their money, but getting them engaged so that they can see what you do, that they are able to see what you do and the effectiveness of what you do. Now, the same thing happens in a grant. In the grant, they're asking for what? They ask for a report. They want to see that what you did was done. Same thing. All right. So now I've got these people, I'm giving them a tour. And this woman, I didn't know who she was at the time, asked about the bed nights. She was interested in the bed nights. So I began to share with her how many bed nights we have. We've got people are able to stay 5 days in, 5 days out. They come in, they line up, they get a ticket, they get assigned a bed. They have to keep their bed clean. I gave them a tour of the beds, right? I gave them a tour of the place where they sleep. We give them a package when they come in. They've got pajamas, they've got care kits that they're able to shave, they're able to care for themselves, they're able to have dignity while they're here, they're able to take a shower, blah, blah, blah. During the day, this is what they do. We keep their carts, all of this stuff around the bed night. Right? She's super excited. Her grandson is interested in the meals. So I don't talk to her grandson about beds. I talk to her grandson about the meals. This is how much it costs per meal. These are how many meals we serve each and every day. This is a process for them to get their meals. They come in, they go to the chapel, and then they line up to eat. The food is served between these hours, right? The same thing that you guys would do for a grant. Very, very simple. Her, I'm speaking to about bed nights because that's where she's interested. Grandson, I'm speaking to him about meals. You do the same thing with a grant. A grant says we are interested in literacy. We're interested in STEM. We're interested in education. We're interested in job development. We're interested in, so you now are crafting your same program. You ain't got to create a whole new program. Taking the exact same program and focusing your intention to the funder's need. That's fundraising. That's fundraising. Does this make sense? Y'all, I need you to get this. I need you to get this. That is fundraising. What is fundraising, Jen? Raising funds from people who are interested in making sure that your intention is accomplished. That's fundraising. That's fundraising. Fundraising says we've identified the people who are going to help us raise the resources so that we're able to deliver our intention. It's not mystical. It's not hard. My work in 2019 is to take my expertise and make it very simple. I do this work. It's like being a surgeon. You know, you go in and you put your gloves on, you know what scalpels you know, the nurse knows what you know, and y'all just go in and you're like, all right, let's operate, right? That's how I am. But for those of you, you're like, Jen, I ain't never been in no operating room before. And I don't know a scalpel from a knife from an axe. It all cuts, right? I want you all to be able to be surgeons when it comes to articulating your impact, being able to listen to what the funder is interested in, and speaking specifically to that funder. You do it in a grant application. The same practice you do with your donors, with your sponsors. It's the same thing, y'all. I promise you, it's the same thing, right? And in order to raise your money, we've got to raise awareness that there is a problem. In order to raise money, we've got to raise the awareness that your organization is the solution to that problem. We've got to raise awareness that in trusting your organization with their resources, their return on investment is impact. 98% of your donors support impact. That's it. Is that clear? Guys, I am your nonprofit expert. I have set myself to be a resource to you, having done the work for such a long time. And, you know, one of my challenges is helping those of you who've never worked in the nonprofit, those of you who've never fundraised, right? Those of you who are not quite sure where to start, how to start, what to say. I want to make sure that you all have the tools, the templates, the resources, the knowledge, and the confidence in your intention. I don't want you ever to question if your program is important. The work that we do, government cannot do. The work that you do, businesses cannot do. The work that you do, if it were not for you, what is at stake? Right? Our nonprofits are always going to be relevant. They're always going to be needed because we do the work in the community that the government cannot do, that businesses cannot do. We're always going to be relevant. All right? That ain't going nowhere. We are the ones that respond when government can't or doesn't, or when they show up and then leave. Who else is there? It's our organizations, led by a leader who is able to show the value. You know what? In the worst recessions, in 2000, in 2000, 6, 7, and 8, when the recession came, fundraising went up. Donations went up. Why? Because there were people who were in dire straits, losing their homes, losing their businesses, losing their jobs. Where did that money come from? How did that support come about? It came through services such as ours. All right? So I don't want you for a moment to question, is my program important? Would anybody support it? Absolutely. You are meeting a need. You are filling a gap. You're invaluable. You're invaluable. But listen, you've got to be led with clarity. You've got to be able to articulate impact. And you've got to be that expert in your community around the problem, around the solution, all right? And that makes you a good steward of the resources that come in to help you do that. Is that clear? Is that clear? Guys, I'm going to be in Atlanta on Friday. This coming Friday on the 30th. I'm doing a 1-day intensive from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. in Atlanta. It's $197 for the whole day. I'm doing 3 days in California, January 9th, 10th, and 11th. 9th, 10th, and the 11th. 3 days for $697. All right. If you are in the Atlanta area, come and see me on Friday. I've got a whole workbook around fully funded. All right. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? All right. We're going to talk about where the gaps are. We're going to create your key messages because it's critical that you're able to articulate impact. Fundraising is not effective without the message of your intention being needed. All right. 98% of for the meeting in Atlanta, Renee, it's $197, $197. For you all to be able to engage, to invite, to inform, you've got to be able to deliver those key messages to all of your audiences, to your funders, to your donors, to your collaborators, to your partners. So on Friday, I'm going to help you guys craft your key messages. Y'all not going to come in and listen to me talk. You're going to walk away. Right? No, it's not going to be virtual. It's not going to be virtual. You guys are going to come in and you guys are going to track your message. All right. This is always informative. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for coming in. Thank you guys for the hearts. Thank you all for sharing. I'm over here on my YouTube channel as well. So hopefully you guys really got some value out of this. That's my intention. That's my heart. Okay. But I want you guys to craft your messages. Once you all have your messages, you can share those messages now with your board. Once you know what to say and how to say it, now you can share that information with your board. Because many of your board members are like, Jen, I've never fundraised either. I've never had to go out and talk about this. I mean, I can talk about my business. I can talk about the things that are familiar to me, but I'm not comfortable talking about something that I don't know about. Like, I don't know what the program does. I don't know how in depth it goes, right? Many of your board members are not a part of your program. So many of them may be hesitant to go out and speak openly about your organization. Why? Because they're like, I don't know what to say either. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to say it. I feel uncomfortable, right? Ask your board. I bet that's how they're feeling. So what we're going to do on Friday is we're going to put together your key messages so that you then can share with them what to say. All right? That way you're not out there saying it all by yourself. Okay? That's what we're going to do on Friday. We're also going to put together your budget. We're going to understand your intention of how much do you need to raise. I'm going to share with you guys how to do it. I'm going to share with you where to get it from, right? Where are we getting all this money from? Where do we go to ask for money? Because many people ask me, Jen, who do we talk to? Who do we ask, right? We're going to list out, these are your donors. These are your funders. I'm telling everybody to come with your laptop. Come with your laptop, and I'm going to show you exactly how to find your donors, exactly how to find them and what to say to them when you reach them. You guys are going to practice articulating impact with me in the room so that I can coach you guys with confidence, all right? You guys are going to practice what you say while you're with me so that I can say, okay, this is what I want you to emphasize. This is how I want you to stress it so that when you guys leave, you are confident in what to say and how to say it. Okay? We're going to spend the whole day together from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Right? What if you don't have your 501c? Honey, you are like my dream. I want to work with you before you do it because some people have done it and they get on my phone and they say, Jen, I did it wrong. I started this thing, Jen, and I did exactly what you said not to do. I did it exactly the way you told me not to do it, right? So if you have not started yet and you want to start, please, I beseech you with everything in me, please come to this training. Do not start your nonprofit without first coming to this training. Otherwise, you'll have a piece of paper and not know what to do with it. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. All right? So if you have not started yet, please let me show you how to start this thing the right way. Because many of you guys can attest. Jen, I started and now I'm stuck. I started, Jen, and I'm doing everything myself. I'm paying for everything out of my own pocket, Jen. My board is not helping me. I don't know how to select a board. Everything, Jen, is not working out. They come to me and say, I wish I did everything you told me not to do, Jen. I did it. And now they've got to not start over. They've just got to regroup. All right. So this is for you if you are thinking about starting a nonprofit, if you are considering starting a nonprofit, if you are stuck in your nonprofit that you're not raising money, if you are paying for everything out of your pocket, if you just can't seem to get your board to go out and speak confidently about your organization, then this is you. The only way that we're going to fundraise is to be able to articulate impact. That's the only way. How else will your donors know about you? We have to do that in a grant. That means you've got to do it to get those ongoing everyday gifts. Ongoing everyday gifts. Grants are not ongoing everyday gifts. We want them, yes, but we also want those ongoing everyday gifts. That is how your organization is going to be fully funded. All right. So every day, what is it that I need to do, Jen? What do I need to communicate? Where do I communicate? What is the message of my communication? What do I say, Jen, when they ask me this? How do I approach them? All of that we're going to cover. All of that we're going to cover. It's going to be very, very simple and doable. Okay? Very simple and doable. Okay? All right, y'all. Any questions before I let y'all go? Thank you all so much for joining on YouTube. Hopefully some of this that I've shared with you is helpful and will give you guys the encouragement that you need. Listen, your organizations were never intended for you to pay for them out of your pocket. It was never intended that way. A nonprofit is only a designation. It's just a designation that says tax exempt. You should make a profit. You should make a profit. How can we get this training if not in Atlanta? Actually, ba 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 ba. All right, so listen. If I open up a virtual seat, it's going to be the same amount. All right. If I open up the virtual seat, I just need to know because I need to send you guys the booklet. There's a whole booklet that we're going to be going through. You guys are going to be strategizing. So if you guys want to sign up for the Atlanta training on Friday, it's going to be from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Friday. Then go ahead and inbox me. And I had not considered opening up a virtual seat, but if there's enough interest, I can set up the Zoom. It'll be on Zoom, and you guys can peek in and participate. All right. I would have to send you guys the books ahead of time, which I don't mind doing. I don't mind doing that. All right. You guys can go to go to paypal.me, paypal.me/JY Consulting. J as in Jennifer, Yarbrough, Y Consulting. All right. PayPal.me/JY Consulting. It's $197. It's $197. And put in the notes virtual seat so that I can send you guys the login information and all JY Consulting. Yes, that's it. Thank you so much, Renee. Then that way you guys can log in and I'll know to send you the books ahead of time. All right. And then there's a list of things that you guys are to bring. You guys are to have your computer. You guys are, and put virtual seat, yes. And all of these things, because we're going to be researching donors right then. We're going to be crafting messages right then. We're going to be putting packages together to give to your board right then. We're going to be putting together your budget right then. We're going to be putting the steps and all the streams of income, right? We're going to go over 9 streams of income right there in the class. Okay, we're going to go through 9 streams of income so that you guys understand where and how do I prioritize my work around articulation of impact. All right, grants is one way, events is one way. We're going to talk about 7 other streams. In order for your organizations to be fully funded, you've got to have all of these streams of opportunity. You've got to give your donors, your partners, your collaborators several ways to support your work. All right. Just like you guys are saying to me, Jen, I can't be there live, but can I come virtually? right? Jen, can I record it? So all of these options, you've got to also give your community so that they can support the work that you do. Does that make sense? So we're going to do grants. We're going to do events. We're going to talk about the timeliness. We're going to set out an annual plan. We're going to talk about donations. We're going to talk about major gifts. We're going to talk about business sponsorship. We're going to talk about product. Okay? How is it that your organization can generate income on an ongoing basis? That's how your organizations are going to be fully funded. Those organizations that I've worked with, they didn't have two streams of income. They were not only supported with grants and events, they had several streams of income. All right? So I'm going to show you all of those streams as well. Does that sound easy? It's easy, guys. I promise you. I'm going to break it down for you. You guys are going to walk away like, what? Is that it? I'll be like, yeah, that's it. Okay? I promise. I promise. I promise. I am here as your nonprofit expert. I've done this work for over 30 years. I'm not new to this. Y'all may just now be bumping into me, but I've been doing this a long time. All right? And that has been my job. My entire career has been helping nonprofit leaders start, grow, and to sustain their businesses. I've done nothing else in my 30 plus years but operate and run and lead nonprofits. That's it. Okay? So I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. Okay? Thank you guys so much for chiming in. Thank you so much. Over here on YouTube, you guys can find me. And I want to thank you again for your questions. I hope that you guys will sign up. Go to paypal.me, paypal.me/JY Consulting 197 for Atlanta, 197 for Atlanta. If you guys want a virtual seat, then in the notes, please put virtual seat so that I know that I've got to send you the booklet ahead of time, so that you guys can be in place on Friday, this coming Friday, November 30th, from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. We're going to have a good time. You guys are going to get your mind blown, get your message clear, and many of you are going to start reaching out to donors right there in the class. Now, if you're brand new and you're saying, Jen, I'm brand new, I don't know what to do, then you're going to start building out also your board. You're going to start building out your budget. You're going to start building out your plan, because all of that has got to go into your paperwork. All right? You've got to put all of that in your paperwork. And once you get that paperwork in the mail, once that thing is mailed, honey, we got to operate, right? So now is the time to get, what is it that I need to do after I put that thing in the mail, right? Hey, if we can go together, I am going to get others. Hey, if we can get together, I'm going to get others in the class virtual. I think that means that you're going to get others in the class virtually. I think that's what that means. If so, awesome, awesome, awesome. The more the merrier. Listen. Yes, awesome, Renee. We're going to be, the facility is it's a beautiful facility. It's a beautiful facility where we're going to be on Friday. But if you're not able to join us, you're absolutely welcome to join us virtually. I'll send you the login information for Zoom. I'll set you up right in front of the PowerPoint so that you guys can see everything that's going on in the room, and I'll be able to answer your questions, and you guys will have the workbook. You guys will have the workbook, and so you'll be able to work along with us there in the room as well. All right? Thank you all so very much. I hope that you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I look forward to seeing you all in Atlanta on Friday. For those of you who are brand new to me, thank you for watching. Thank you for the hearts, even on the replay. My website, for those of you on Periscope, is being worked on. We're actually redoing my website, but you can go to my current website, jenniferyarbrough.com. Is there a hotel near the facility? You know what? There is. It's in Dunwoody. When you register, then I'll send you the my YouTube. I think it's Jennifer Yarbrough. It may be Jen the Grant Guru. I think it's Jennifer Yarbrough on YouTube. Once you guys set up, it's in Atlanta, in the Dunwoody area. In the Dunwoody area is where the classroom is going to be. All right. So when you guys register, you'll have the address and everything of where we're going to be. And we only have room in the room. We only have room for 20. right? So I think we've got maybe 5 or 6 spaces open. But it's a beautiful facility. It's a beautiful facility. And we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna work. This is gonna be a workshop. Okay. I got a whole book. This is our plan. This is our need. These are our messages. These are our donors. I mean, I'm breaking it all the way down for y'all. Okay, I'm breaking it all the way down for you. So all you got to do is take this book, go home, and share it with your board and say, okay, this is our message. This is our solution. These are our priorities. This is how we do it. Okay? It's going to be great. I promise. I promise. All right. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for joining. Thank you guys for sharing. Thank you for the hearts. I really look forward to meeting you guys in person as we do my fully funded live tour. Fully funded. I am committed to 1,000 nonprofits being fully funded in 2019. I am taking this by storm. I'm so committed to this, okay? Because I'm just like, I can't take another nonprofit saying to me, Jen, we got to close or we can't operate because we don't have the money, we don't have the resources, I can't take it. I can't take it. I can't take it. I'm like, no, we can do this. It's not that hard, all right? All you need is the knowledge. The only thing missing is the how to. That's where I step in and say, let me show you how to do this, all right? Let me show you how to do this. You guys have a wonderful rest of your Monday. God bless you, and I will see you all later. All right? Blessings, guys.